everyone, welcome to Live Interactive English. This is Karen.
Welcome everybody, I am Shane.
Today we're looking at day 1 of taking time off, requesting personal leave. And the vocabulary words are request.
Request.
Mr. Jones requests your presence in his office.
Marvelous.
Marvelous.
We had a marvelous time at the beach over the weekend.
Recall.
Recall.
I know who she is, but I can't recall her name.
Permission.
Permission.
You should ask Dan's permission before you borrow his bicycle.
Souvenir.
Souvenir.
I bought a refrigerator magnet as a souvenir from Hong Kong. So Shane, we're talking about this dialogue today, requesting personal leave, right?
So we've got a guy today and he's going to be requesting some personal leave. What's wrong? Did somebody die?
Or is it like family emergency? No.
No.
This guy is getting married.
Congratulations, guy.
His name is James, I think.
Oh, James. Congratulations, James.
Congratulations. So, I guess you can take a personal leave when you get married.
Yeah, so that will be personal leave.
Like something personal, right?
Yeah, so you have like sick leave, you have vacation. So personal leave will just some personal things that aren't really sick or vacation. So what could be an example of personal leave?
Maybe like going to the dentist, right?
Right, every 6 months or so you should go and get a cleaning, get a checkup.
That's right.
So this could be personal leave. It's not really sick.
Yeah. And how about when your dog or cat are sick?
Okay, yeah.
You need to take them to the vet.
Right, or you need to take care of a family member or something.
That's right.
For personal reasons, right.
Those are all called personal leave, right?
Yeah.
Now I understand. So next time when you guys want to take a personal leave, just make up your excuse.
Make up your excuse.
Just kidding.
No, you always tell the truth.
That's right. Okay. Enjoy, guys.
Enjoy.
James is meeting with his boss, Clara.
What can I do for you, James?
I need to request some time off.
Is everything okay? I hope that it's not a family emergency.
No, it's nothing like that. In fact, it's good news. I'm getting married.
Oh, congratulations! That's marvelous.
Thanks. The thing is that the ceremony and reception are going to take place in Hong Kong, where my fiance's family lives.
And you're going to need to take some more time off?
Yes, 2 weeks in total. It doesn't make sense to fly all the way to Asia for just a few days.
Welcome to Live Interactive English Magazine. Hello everyone, I'm Jeff.
And I'm Mike.
Folks, today we have our daily conversation for you. Today it's called Taking Time Off or Requesting Personal Leave. And yes, this is day 1. In our title here, we have the word request, requesting personal leave. If you request something, you formally ask for something. You don't request someone to go get you a cup of coffee. Okay, you just ask them that. But if you go to your boss and you ask formally, maybe even in writing for time off or for personal leave, you are requesting that thing. You're formally asking for something. For example, Mr. Jones requests your presence in his office.
Okay.
So either you're getting fired or you're getting a promotion. It's going to be a serious meeting. Mr. Jones, he doesn't trifle.
That's right. But Mr. Jones, being a polite man, is requesting. He's not asking or telling you. He's kind of asking in a polite, respectful way. Yeah, all right. We also have this term personal leave. We should explain what that is. That's something you'll have when you generally have a job. If you have to have time off or leave your job for a short time because of maybe a problem in your family, maybe a health problem, maybe someone close to you is sick, you have to travel to help out your family with something important. So it's not a normal holiday, it's not a weekend, it's not something you should normally get time off for. It's a special kind of emergency. So you'll ask your boss for personal leave so you can go and handle your problem and then come back to work in a few days or something like that. So we have James. James is the worker and he's meeting with his boss, Clara. So James will be asking Clara for some personal leave.
So we've got two characters, Clara and James, and someone will be asking for personal leave. And
That's
yes,
right.
Here it's leave, L-E-A-V-E. And you might be thinking, that's kind of weird as a noun. But here, leave, you can take maternity leave or
That's right.
personal leave. It's time away from work, time you're taking off from work. Now, maternity leave would be where a mother, well, she gives birth to a baby, so she takes time off of work or takes leave for that reason. But like Mike said before, personal leave is slightly different. You do it for personal reasons or for family reasons, reasons dealing with your family that might require immediate attention.
Something important, yeah, absolutely, yeah. So Clara says, "What can I do for you, James?" So James has asked to talk to his boss, and Clara wants to know what's the problem. What can I do for you? How can I help you?
Exactly. How can I help you? What's up? What can I do for you, James?
What's going on?
Although, yeah, what's up or what's going on, not exactly formal.
Yeah,
But
maybe a boss wouldn't speak like that.
Clara, the boss, says, "What can I do for you, James?" And James replies by saying, "I need to request some time off." So here, he's requesting time off. He's requesting leave.
Okay, now, yeah, so we need some time off. That's kind of unusual. So Clara, being a nice boss, says, "Is everything okay? You know, are there any problems in your life? I hope that it's not a family emergency." Because one of the main reasons someone might ask for personal leave is, yeah, if there's a sickness in your family, maybe someone close to you has died, something like that. It's usually an emergency, and it's usually not good news, right? So let's find out what's James's problem.
James says, "No, it's nothing like that. It's not a family emergency."
Okay.
He says, "In fact, it's good news.
Oh, all right.
I'm getting married."
Oh, wow. That is good news.
That's excellent news.
Yeah.
He's going to get married, so he's going to take some time off work, go have the service, maybe go have a honeymoon. Sounds good.
Interesting. I guess this is a little unusual because personal leave is usually for something surprising, an emergency. A wedding is something you might plan, for a year or something like that. But still, it's a little bit of extra time that he wouldn't normally be allowed to have. So that's why he's asking his boss for permission. Clara is very happy to hear this news. She says, "Oh, congratulations. Well done. Awesome. Good news. That's marvelous. If something is marvelous, it's wonderful, great, fantastic. All of those kinds of words. Stupendous.
Fabulous.
Fantabulous. Is that a word?
I think that...
I think it's fantastic and fabulous together.
I think it was what, a portmanteau?
Yeah, something like that. Anyway, something really, really great, really, really wonderful.
Splendid, there you go.
Marvelous, exactly. For example, we had a marvelous time at the beach over the weekend. So a really great time. It was lots of fun.
Hanhawan. It was a lot of fun. We had a marvelous time. Now, James responds to her by saying thanks. The thing is that the ceremony and reception are going to take place in Hong Kong, where my fiance's family lives.
So he's going to have to travel for the wedding. The ceremony, the reception, these are the actual events of the wedding day, right? The ceremonies when you maybe go to the church and you trade the rings. The receptions, the dinner. All of this is taking place in Hong Kong, where his future wife, his fiance's family lives. So that's why, normally a wedding might take like a weekend, right? This will take longer because he's got to travel. So Clara understands and says, and you're going to need to take some more time off. She's kind of guessing as to what he's going to ask.
She's one step ahead.
That's
James is saying, well, there's this Hong Kong thing. I'm going to need to travel. And Clara says, okay, I get it.
Oh, I get it.
You're going to need some time off.
Extra time, yes, for sure.
And she says, I don't know what she says yet, but James
says?
We know what James says next. James says, yes, I'm going to need 2 weeks in total.
Yeah.
And he says, it doesn't make sense to fly all the way to Asia for just a few days.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay.
He knows that the ceremony and the reception altogether will only take a few days or 3 or 4 days, but here he's going to ask for 2 weeks. Because yes, it doesn't make sense to fly all the way to Asia for just a few days. If you're going to go to Asia and you're going to put that much time into something, you might as well make it worthwhile. You don't want to show up in Asia jet-lagged and half dead and then just fly right back to the United States or wherever James happens to be.
Of course, and by saying Asia, we know that he's not in Taiwan, he's not near Hong Kong, he's in America, he's on another continent, maybe in Europe, North America. So yeah, you're going to be tired for a few days, it's a long way, you're paying a lot of money, so why go to Hong Kong just for 2 days? Go for 2 weeks, but ask your boss for the extra time.
Anyways though, with that folks, we've got to take a break.
Yes.
But don't go away, we'll be right back and I don't know, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 seconds, something like that.
当当当当当当当当 Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny。这次的绘画非常实用，我们可以学到许多跟请假有关的表现方式。那我们先来看看今天的标题 ：Requesting personal leave。Request 在这里是当动词来表示请求，它是指很有礼貌的恳求某人。那么 leave 当名词是指假期。Personal leave 就是事假。那 Jeff 老师所提到的 maternity leave 是指产假。好，那对话里面的 James 他是要向他的主管请事假，因为他要结婚了。好，当他的主管听到这个消息，马上就说 That's marvelous， 太棒了。Marvelous 就是形容非常好、很棒的。那刚刚老师们提到一些同义词，像是 wonderful、great、fantastic、splendid、stupendous 等等的。那至于 fantabulous， 它其实是用fantastic 加上 fabulous 两个字结合在一起的口语用字，也是指非常棒的。好，接着 James 就说他的婚礼跟宴席是在香港举行，因为他的未婚妻家人是住在那边，所以他要请2个礼拜的假。那么 ceremony 是指典礼仪式，而 reception 就是指宴席或是宴会。好，我们接着回到对话里。
If I recall correctly, you've already used up all of your vacation time for this year, though.
I know. I'll have to take these days as unpaid leave.
When is this going to be?
Not for another 6 months. I wanted to give you advance notice and get your permission beforehand.
Well, I don't think this will be a problem. Fill out the necessary paperwork and I'll sign it when it's ready.
Thank you. I'll be sure to bring you back a souvenir.
Just make sure someone's covering for you while you're gone.
Welcome back, folks. Today, we've got a dialogue for you. It's called our daily conversation. Now, if you can recall correctly, today we're talking about taking time off.
That's right, asking for personal leave.
Or requesting personal leave. And yes, today we've had James and Clara. Clara's the boss, and James has been asking for time off. He's been requesting personal leave, specifically to go get married in Hong Kong. So he wants to take a couple of weeks off. Now, Clara, we find, she says next, if I recall correctly, you've already used up all of your vacation time for this year, though. So, there's a snag here. James needs 2 weeks, but apparently he's already used up all of his vacation time for this year. So that's not good news for James. Now, also, we've got this word recall. I've used it once. Clara has used it once. The word recall is the same as remember. If you recall something, you remember something. That's all there is to it. Keep it simple. For example, I know who she is, but I can't recall her name. I wish I could remember it. I wish.
You can't remember it or recall her name?
Neither. I can do neither.
Well, that's because they both mean the same thing. Yes, and James says, I know that I've used up all my vacation time. That's why he's asking for this, special personal leave. He says, I'll have to take these days as unpaid leave. Okay, so it seems with his company, when it's a normal vacation, a lot of companies give you maybe 2 weeks in the year and you can use it at any time and you'll still make money during that time. So that's very nice. But because he's already used that special time, it will be unpaid leave. So he won't lose his job. His job will still be there. But for the 2 weeks that he'll be in Hong Kong, no money will be going into his bank. He won't be getting paid for anything. So, he has to think about that. I guess it's his wedding. It's pretty special. And he understands that that's going to happen. So,
so if you take paid leave like vacation, you get paid. You make money.
Great.
You take unpaid leave. You say, I'm leaving the job for a while, or I won't be at work for a while, and I will not be getting paid, which is kind of bad.
Well,
but James knows he's got to do it for his marriage and for his wedding and for his wife.
Exactly. It's hopefully one thing you do only once in your life. So even if it's a little inconvenient, it's important to do it right. Clara says, when is this going to be? So she wants to know the schedule for this wedding. When are you going to be leaving your job for a couple of weeks? He says, not for another 6 months.
Smart James, smart guy. This is not spurt of the moment. He's saying, it's not going to be next week or even next month.
That's right.
It's not going to be for another 6 months.
He's planning in advance, and this is a smart thing to do. As he says, I wanted to give you, Clara, my boss, advance notice. He wanted her to sort of know this way early, really, really early, so she didn't have to be very inconvenienced and, oh my gosh, you know, we got a big project, we're going to lose you, that's a big problem. No, advance notice is early notice, telling someone way before it becomes a problem. And also he wanted, of course, to get her permission beforehand. Okay, beforehand just means before something happens. Permission is basically when someone allows you to do something. Yes. So as a kid in school, if you wanted to go to the bathroom, you have to raise your hand and ask for permission. Can I go to the bathroom?
Yes, you may.
Walk out of the class or something like that. So you're asking to be allowed to do something that might be a problem if you don't ask, but if you get permission, no problem.
Yeah. You're being asked to be allowed to do something.
That's
okay?
right.
You are asking an authority figure, and the authority figure can either grant your request or say, no, that's not allowed, permission is not granted. So Mike, when you were asking to go to the bathroom, I imagine you were asking the teacher who was in charge, and she or he said, yes, you can go.
Exactly.
It's got to be a boss or someone in charge.
That's right, just as James is asking his boss, the person who could fire him if he doesn't get permission, so he wants to be very clear. For example, we could say for the word permission, you should ask Dan's permission before you borrow his bicycle. Yes.
It's Dan's bike. You can't just take it. That's called stealing.
That's called stealing. If you borrow something without permission, yeah, that's called stealing. So don't do that. So what does Clara say? Is he going to go? Is he going to be given permission?
Clara says, well, I don't think this will be a problem. Just fill out the necessary paperwork and I'll sign it when it's ready.
Awesome.
And by the way, once Clara signs it, James can go.
She's
got
the boss.
permission.
That's
it's
right.
Okay.
That piece of paper will give him permission. Necessary paperwork is all the important papers that you have to sign for the company, so they know what you're doing, what's going on. James is really happy by this. About this, he says, "Thank you. I'll be sure to bring you back a souvenir." So he's really excited. Now he can go to Hong Kong. He won't have to worry about his job, and he's really thankful. He's really happy his boss gave him permission. So he's going to bring her a souvenir. A souvenir is a small gift. It's the kind of thing that you buy when you're traveling or something. A T-shirt with the name of the country, or a postcard, or just a small, not very fancy or expensive little toy, gift, something like that.
It's something you buy when you're on vacation to remind you of the place that you're visiting or that you're traveling to. So very often when people go to Paris, they'll buy a little statue of the Eiffel Tower.
Or in New York, a little statue of Liberty.
So it's not anything super important or expensive. It's just supposed to remind you, oh, I went to Paris once, I saw the Eiffel Tower, I went to New York, and I saw the Statue of Liberty.
Exactly. For example, I bought a refrigerator magnet as a souvenir from Hong Kong. That's a good little cheap souvenir.
And it said Hong Kong.
It says Hong Kong. It's got a picture of the famous buildings or one of those funny boats, something like that.
A junker?
Think of Hong Kong. That's right, a Chinese junk that floats around in the Hong Kong harbor. Very lovely and gives you good memories. Clara says, just make sure someone's covering for you while you're gone. Oh yeah, that's something else.
She's the business end of things here. She's saying, oh, it's great that you're going to go get married in Hong Kong. Fantastic, wonderful.
Good news.
But okay, I'm running a business here. I'm the boss. Make sure someone's covering for you while you're gone. Make sure someone does your work for you while you're gone, because I'm not going to do it.
So to cover for someone is to take care of their work while they're not there, while they're sick or away from their job. So the work still gets done. Very important.
There you go.
Yes.
Anyways, with that, folks, we've come to the end of today's daily conversation. So we will say goodbye to you now, but stay tuned. We've got more coming up in no time.
James 他去结婚喽，他想要请2个礼拜的事假，他去香港办婚礼请客。不过他的主管 Clara 说，如果他记得没错的话 ，James 今年的假已经全部用完了，所以 James 他这次是要请的是无薪假 （unpaid leave）。好，那我们先来看看 recall 这个字在课文里面当动词，表示记得、回想起来。那片语 use up 加上名词，就表示用完或是用尽某个事物。其实 James 他的婚假是半年以后的事，他只是想要提前告诉他的主管，先得到许可。那当他的主管同意的时候 ，James 还主动说会带纪念品给他。不过 Clara 还是着重在公事上面，他要 James 确保说，在 James 请假的时候，会有人代理他的工作。 那我们最后来看看几个单字片语。首先 souvenir 是纪念品，那么 permission 是允许、许可。再来看 beforehand 这个副词，它可以用来表达预先或是事先，所以说 get one's permission beforehand 就表示事先得到某个人的许可。好，最后再来看 advance notice， 它是指事先的告知。而 cover for somebody 是指你在某人不在的时候去代理帮忙他的工作。好啦，那以上是今天的讲解，同学们别走开，马上回来哦。
Hello， 又到了 Grammar Express， 我是 Yvette。在公司或者是在学校，如果有事情不能到，一定要事先请假。请假的英文是 take time off。如果有明确的时间，则可以加入时间。比如说 take a day off 就是请一天假的意思。在今天的对话里 ，James 因为要出国张罗结婚的事，所以需要请2个星期的假。It doesn't make sense to fly all the way to Asia for just a few days。没道理千里迢迢一路飞到亚洲，只为了停留几天。Make sense 是表示什么是合理或者是容易理解的，用事物当主词。当主词太长的时候，可以用下面的句型表示。It makes sense for somebody to 加原形动词，在对话里是用否定句，或者是 It makes sense 加上 that 子句。It makes sense that you smell the food first before you taste it。吃东西之前先闻一闻是合理的。Make sense of something 则是表示理解或者是弄清楚的意思，用人当主词。Molly didn't make sense of what happened。Molly 不清楚发生了什么事。谢谢收看今天的 Grammar Express， 我们下次见，拜拜。
3, 2, 1, action！ 大侠李慕白的亲民宝剑虽然被玉娇龙偷走，但是他不引以为意，更想要点化桀骜不驯的玉娇龙，收他为徒。You see, I only let you go the other day because I wanted to see the real you.
What did you know about a true heart? What do you want?
What I want, I've always wanted to teach you. I want a disciple.
All right. If you can take back the sword in 3 moves, I'll go with you.
3 moves, okay?
1, 2, 3.
Kneel before your master.
Never.
Never? Then you have no use for this sword.
Why did you do that? Why did you throw away the green destiny?
Why?大侠李慕白他说：“当初我放你，是因为我想要看看你这个人到底是怎么样。Only let you go because I wanted to see the real you， 真实的自己到底是怎么样。”玉娇龙说：“就呛下说 ，What do you know about the true heart or the real me? You don't know anything about me。你根本就不懂，你懂真心是什么吗？你根本就不知道。What do you want？ 你到底要怎么样啊？不要一直跟着我，好不好？好恶心哦。”然后李慕白就说：“我没有别的意思。What I've always wanted is to teach you. All right, I want a disciple. 我只想要收你为徒罢了。”好，玉娇龙说：“真的那么想收我回徒吗 ？If you can take back the sword in 3 moves, I'll go with you。如果你能在3招之内就把我的剑抢回去的话，那我就当你的徒弟。”他这边用这个武功里面的招数，有没有很简单？他就用 move，M-O-V-E 这一个字。那我们知道 move 可以是动的动词，对不对？它也可以是招数或者是动作的名词。OK，if you can take back the sword in 3 moves， 如果在3招之内就夺回剑的话，我就当你的徒弟，然后就唰唰唰，马上一招就夺回来了，对不对？李慕白赶快说：“跪下 ，kneel before your master。”跪下，下跪的这个动词就是 kneel，K-N-E-E-L，kneel。 Alright, kneel， 你刚刚讲了3招，我1招就夺下来，赶快给我跪下 kneel。然后玉教授说 never， 我才不要跪，我才不要跪。然后说他居然不跪，然后就把这个剑就丢到了悬崖之下。You have no use for the sword， 那这个剑呢也就没有什么意义了，丢掉了。然后那个玉教授就说 Why'd you do that? Why'd you throw away the green destiny sword？ 为什么你要把清明宝剑就丢到悬崖下呢？清明宝剑随随便便就丢到湖里，但是玉娇龙他没有办法相信，他也不顾性命的纵身一跳，掉下了悬崖，生死未卜。请继续收看电影《龙卷风》。